Hello everyone, my name is Bradley. I have a bad taste in music, but more like a bad taste in music. You know why? Because my recent video was an absolute dumpster fire disaster and my career is ruined. So, I'm here to tell you guys that this is going to be my last video that you are going to be watching on my channel. Unfortunately, I am being chased off of the internet due to me giving the new Muse album a 1 out of 10. That's right, a 1 out of 10. Now, listen. I don't know what you're listening to. Either way, let me show you some of the comments here, because they are absolutely they're tearing me apart. I can't do anything. Bad taste in music, more like bad taste in music. Muse is one of those bands whose music I've always straddled a line where if certain elements could be more prominent, then it could go from enjoyable to shit in a blink of an eye. The blown out melodrama could be fun if you could buy into it, but damn, this is a good ass comment. I'm not a Muse apologist. Just want to have some fun making. Okay, all right. Where's the one comment I was looking for? Never saw a video where a shit take is being said every damn minute, and it only gets worse as the video goes on. It peaked at Origin of Symmetry was mid. And then it kept up quite high until the last album was quite listenable, then peaked back on Muse is everything wrong with rock music. I generally like your videos, but you completely missed the point. I missed the point of the album. It's my fault that I didn't enjoy the album. Didn't expect to see a good review, seeing as Brad finds even the best work of Muse to be mid at best. Brad saying Origin of Symmetry is mid might be his worst take ever. Ever! It's the worst take on something I have ever seen in my life. Now, I decided to go over to Origin of Symmetry. Look at the first review that I saw. Look at this. Holy shit, I had the worst taste in music as a kid. This is the most recent review of this album. The guy gave it a 1 star, saying that he loved this album as a child. This is something I just saw today. He's basically saying how this is so fucking terrible and how he heavily regrets enjoying this as a kid. I just think that that's funny to say that, like, I said that this album's like a 6 out of 10. I heard it 4 years ago, and I remember going away from it saying, yeah, this is actually pretty alright, but it's not my thing. Which of course got recontextualized as mid, worst album of all time. I've always hated Muse. I've always had something out against Muse. Here's Kid Named Finger says, you need to revisit Origin of Symmetry if you think it's mid. Bud. Ask anyone their thoughts on Origin of Symmetry, and 99% of people will say it's at least an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Damn, I didn't realize that I was outside the margin. That's terrible, dude. Man, I gotta fix that. Another thing to mention, okay? I have renamed my video from First Reaction to Muse Will of the People to You've Lost All Credibility as a Critic. Now, I bet a lot of people will be looking at that after seeing this video and being like, he can't even handle the criticism. What a loser. He can't even handle this. But this is the exact same short-sightedness that got you to type some bullshit like that I always hated Muse in the first place. As if you look at the video now, oh, look at this. This is the moment where I changed the title, and you could see that the view count has doubled. You see, it's this other side of things that people are just simply not looking at when they're judging the decisions that I make and the things that I say. And that is why I'm here today, to hopefully re-listen to this album, as it has been years since I've listened to it again, and show you guys that no, I don't just have something out against Muse. I didn't just give that album a 1 out of 10 because Muse bad, everything they do bad, they can't do anything good. Because maybe, just maybe, and I'm going to say this, and I warn you, this may change the way that you think. Maybe I hold Muse to a higher standard. No, it can't be that I actually respect the band and their accomplishments, and that I've seen their long run is actually something quite impressive, and I'm very disappointed at where they've ended up. It must be that I hate the band and I just want to see them fail, and that I went into the album expecting it to suck and wanting to hate everything. No, it must be that I hate the band and I just think that they suck. It can't be that I want them to actually make good music. Terrible. Anyways, today I'm going to be re-listening to Origin of Symmetry, which is something that I actually have been told to do for a very long time. I recorded a video on this about 4 years ago, and I ended up losing the footage, and I made a lot of people very upset. Today, I have a good excuse to come back, and to right this wrong that has happened. And I'm actually very excited to check this out because I have no idea what to expect. Muse is a band of extremes. A lot of the time I felt like those extremes have been very cringe, but the unhinged nature of what they do is one of the things that makes them so appealing to people, what makes them so fun to people, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to see that with visiting this album. Ooh, wow. That was a 5-minute thing. I was preparing to, like, do that whole, like, you know, big, long speech or whatever at the very beginning, right? To, like, give all the information I needed to. Holy shit, I'm exhausted, dude. That was a lot. Origin of Symmetry is 12 songs, 55 minutes. It is one of their most popular albums. Got a lot of huge hits in it. And, yeah, today we are going to shit all over it. I'm going to smear shit on this album and show you that it's never been good. And that Muse has never been a good artist before. I'm going to show you that I just hate Muse and I have it out for them. And that 6 out of 10 I did was in spite of them because I hate them and I hate babies and I hate children who are in foster care. With that being said, Muse, Origin of Symmetry. How's the chat doing today? Thank you guys for being patient as I gave my giant, long, dramatic speech. On a serious note, I've been waiting for this for years. Yeah, I realized that a lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time, which is kind of the whole reason I'm doing it in the first place. Seeing the negative reception to the original video, I was like, okay, this is giving me a good excuse to finally do this, which is great. I've actually been, like, hurt very often by comments like that in the past, talking about how a certain review I did has lost me credibility. But I'll be completely honest with you, I have felt nothing, literally nothing but, like, joy and amusement from people saying that I've lost credibility on my opinion on Muse. I have never been less offended by people saying that I have lost credibility before than with the band Muse. It actually literally killed me. Amusement? Oh my god, why? With that being said, first song, Newborn. Muse, Origin of Symmetry. Let's go. If you are a loved one who's been diagnosed with mesothelioma, alright? I don't remember where this goes. Oh, that's kind of nasty. Alright. Actually fucking slaps. Okay, good start. It's very epic, predictable, but it sounds good. That's the difference. First time listening to this album, I've been meaning to listen to it. Someone called it out. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to deny it, I can't help but say that there is some truth in it. Every time this guy sings, I literally imagine Tom York. I'm trying to imagine the actual guy singing, but I just think of Tom York. And that is the biggest issue I have with listening to this music. Yeah, I know. All I do is listen to Radiohead. But let's be honest, okay? A lot of you motherfuckers complaining about my review on the Muse album are the same people who think that rap music isn't real music, okay? So, let's be honest here, okay? We're both guilty of something. Origin of the Limbs. Karma Police arrest Muse. You think it sounds... Bro, Jeremy says it sounds like Billy Joe Armstrong. Are you serious? Come on, at least mine has some merit to it. Billy Joe Armstrong? Bro, I can't even see a universe where the two are in the same room together, okay? At least with this, literally I can't stop thinking Tom York. I have to, like, break out of that and be like, oh yeah, it's not Tom York actually singing. How to fall off? How to fall off completely? Ah! Dude, how to fall off completely? Stop. Stop. That is the greatest comment I have ever seen. Oh my god, there's so many layers to why that's so funny, dude. Instrumental is great. Could be a little less muddy, but still. kind of disagree. I disagree. I don't think it's cringe at all. A big issue is going into this album with a certain expectation, but I'm very happy that I've been able to drift away from that, and I've put myself in the space, I've put myself in the mindset of these guys creating the music, and I gotta say, the vocals are incredible, the performance is great, the song slaps. For the space rock thing that's going for, once I'm able to kind of put away the Radiohead comparison and judge it as its own thing, this is actually a very good song. I'd honestly say that it's almost up there and almost as hard as a Paramore track. No, but seriously, it's actually pretty good. Newborn is actually amazing. It's really good. It's a great rock song. The energy's there. The vocals really stand out. It feels like it's dramatic, but it's just the right amount. I'd say that it isn't going too off the page here. Genuinely, I'd say that this has kind of grown on me over time, and I'm not just saying that to redeem myself. I actually see the quality in this and think it's actually pretty great. Give it a smiley ball. I'd give the song possibly 8+, 9-. Honestly, like, really fucking... It's really good. Like, I actually really see the quality in this shit. Genuinely. I like the lyrics a lot. I feel like the haunting, creepy atmosphere matches really well with the like it's like it's all haunted and shit, but it actually works really well. Like, you can really imagine the whole thing. So, Newborn, very, very good start to this album. All right, let's continue. A big problem is that the record label put almost all the Radiohead sounding songs on their first album, so everyone just discarded them initially as a Radiohead clone. Then this album's more unique. I agree. I haven't heard a whole lot from their original stuff, but I was someone who definitely meshed them into that. And the further I put them away from that, the more I'm actually enjoying the music. So I feel like, sure, you have to get that over that initial speed bump, but what's underneath seems to be pretty solid. Next song we have is Bliss. Android ringtone type beat. I mean, in defense of it, it is space rock. Sounds great. It's really well mixed also. Someone was telling me that I was taking the music too seriously on the last album, and I wasn't having fun, and you're not supposed to take it seriously. That is such a load of bullshit, dude. Like, cause I can listen to this music, and I actually take it seriously. Like, it sounds like someone trying to make an actual product that sounds like haunting and wanting to steal the piece of your mind. I actually can believe that. It's believable. Will of the People is supposed to be cringe. Exactly. I agree, Jeremy. I love this little harpy loop here. Does a great job at making it feel super hypnotic. Great song. It almost feels like a ritual of trying to steal someone's happiness through a state of envy. It is a depraved track that plays it as such. It's not trying to play it as some sort of like, you know, good guy. It's playing the bad guy in this song, and I think it does it really well. I'd give it a smiley ball. I'd say this is a great continuation of it. Feeling really spooky, strange, and again, feeling like something I could actually take seriously, as it's a really good piece of art. Well executed. The band did a great job. The vocals are great. Overall, very happy with this. Let's continue. If I had to average out these last two songs so far, I'm legitimately feeling a 6 out of 10, which is pretty good. That's in the positive, so we're in a good spot right now. Next, we have Space Dementia. Oh, like it. Look, yes, you can compare this to Radiohead very easily. I get the same enjoyment from this as I do with something like OK Computer, but it's doing it different enough to where I get a different feeling from it and a different experience. That enough alone can make this thing stand out for me. I think it's doing a great job. I'm really enjoying the sound. I think that it's done a good job at like putting pieces together into something really grand and interesting. Overall, I'm actually very impressed with this. It's like a warped mirror of Radiohead. I like the way you speak of that. Muse has far more versatility than Radiohead. Oh yeah, like their Queen ripoff on Will of the People, of course. I like how dramatic this is, dude. He's really selling it. It's depraved. It's super believable. How do we go from this to their new album? That's what I'm saying, dude. I saw the title of the stream and wanted to say that Muse is like Tool for the common people. No offense, but it's stuff like that why people hate Tool fans. I'm just saying, it's the shit like that why Tool gets a bad rep in the first place. That's all I gotta comment on. They're really putting the Tool in Tool. We need your compliance out of 10. Dude, the sound is so good. Everything is blended so brilliantly. That song was fantastic, possibly the best of the album. Everything about that was brilliantly mixed, really believable. You make me want to die. It sounds like something that would be like really edgy, but it's said in a way that's super believable. I feel like right now this album is completely selling everything that it wants to sell, and it's doing it in a grand, amazing package. I'd overall give it a huge smiley ball. That didn't work for some reason. Huge smiley ball. Here's the real question, though. Who has more sex? Muse fans, Radiohead fans, or Tool fans? That's the real question. None of them? None of the above. That's the correct answer, exactly. But of course all you guys are going to say... None of the above. It's a trick question. They're all at 0%. Drake fans. Next we have Hyper Music. Let's see where it goes from here. I'm loving the first 3 tracks. It's very good so far. Dude, that goes hard as shit.
You need a truck that's built tough like you. The Ford Thunder comes with a 150 horsepower engine.
Dude, he's killing these fucking vocals, dude. What the fuck happened? We're gonna tear the institution to pieces. The will of the people, the will of the people, the will of the. We need your compliance. What the fuck happened? Dude, this is so unbelievably powerful in every sense of the word. It is so powerful. Every time this guy changes a note, it's like the whole song transforms and feels completely different. This is unbelievably impressive. What the fuck went wrong? So there's more stuff about Hyper Music that I like than don't like. I think the riff goes really hard, but I think as soon as it gets to the breakdown, the vocals and the bass just start kind of playing at 2 different speeds, feeling like it goes maybe a little too off the deep end and starts to lose what made it feel so rooted in the first place for me. I feel like I stopped really caring for it once it got to the breakdown here and I started screaming. Like, something about this song felt a little bit off to me. I genuinely think this is the first dip in quality, while still overall feeling like an okay song. I'd give it a light smiley ball. Definitely my least favorite so far, but once again, I'll say that it's still got me like moving along. It just kind of took me out of the vibe a couple of times, unfortunately. Let's hope that it continues at least moving upwards after this. Plug-in Baby. These songs don't feel 21 years old. I agree. They sound 50 years. No, I'm just kidding. They actually sound really good. That's nice. Kind of sounds like the first song, Newborn. So I'm going to start off by saying it feels like he's setting up some sort of cleansing ritual here by saying it's time for changing, it's time for cleansing. As this beat's kind of chugging along, as he's singing it, it's like he's conjuring something up, which I think is really awesome and a great way to start off this song. Oh, that's nice. That's nice as fuck. How is this the same band that made True Love Waits? I don't know, they fell off. You know what? Just for the sake of comparison, someone said, listen to this. Just to the people who defend this shit.
I heard the feedback, I'm a poser, hide under sunglasses. Leave the scene, you're ruining it. All out and it makes me sick, so leave the scene, you're ruining it.
So you hear how there's a a quality gap, right? I feel like, you know, when you listen to something like that, it makes it easier to say, hey, you know, this Muse album, maybe it's doing some stuff right, you know? That made Will of the People sound heavy. And saying that there's only 3 instruments playing throughout almost the entire album. There's a specific name for this genre of rock. Yes, space rock. All rock is another title you can put. I love this feedback here at the end too, dude. Seriously, these songs have finesse, they have style, and yet at the same time it all comes together into a full experience. Plug-in Baby was fantastic. It's a huge smiley ball for me. I think that it's a redemption from the last song kind of not really giving a full experience, as I feel like this is the full package and more. This is an amazingly catchy song. The vocals are stellar. I love the intro leading into everything. The chorus is great. Yeah, I'd say honestly up to this point, I feel like with this song included, this album probably averages out to like a 5+ to a 6- for me, which is about where it was before, but you know what? There's still a chance for it to go up. So we continue. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty well. All right. Next we have Citizen Erased. Next song. Here we go. Oh, this is 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, ooh. Okay. Sing it super hard. Nice shit. I like the farty bass. So the instrumental is really quiet in this song, and it feels like he's singing a lot louder than usual, but I actually like it in this sense, as the last song, his vocals were being very overwhelmed by the entire track. In fact, I'd say that they were actually blending into the guitars, and here it feels like he's having at least a moment where he's the center of attention, at least for the track, and I actually think that it's a nice change of pace. It doesn't seem like an error or a mistake. I think that it actually sounds aesthetically interesting. That's a nice example of subtlety right there. It's been a while since I've heard Muse be so subtle. Rain down, come on, rain down on me. What you want and what you need. Vocals are getting boring. It's the same few tricks over and over. I don't completely disagree, but I also don't fully agree. I think the songs themselves are continuing to be interesting, so it's allowing me to get into it. That's nice. I don't think everything about this song is perfect. I think that it has some very muddy moments, especially where the vocals start really straining and I feel like everything starts blending together. I'd say that that's my biggest criticism with this song is those moments, but I also think it has one of the strongest... Brad, I was at a My Little Pony convention and Forest Rain played the opening notes to Welcome to the Black Parade during the set on Saturday. You should have been... That sounds terrible. What the fuck? ADHD moment. Yeah, sorry, I saw all caps. Anyways, I think the song has the most interesting structure of the entire album, being as long as it is. The subtle moments really solidify that. The intense moments are very memorable and catchy. I overall think that it does more good than bad, but the moments here that are a bit messy do stick out for me. I overall enjoy the track. I think it's great, but not without its flaws. Next song, Microcuts. Oh, clean transition. Sounds familiar. Is this song really popular? Which member of the band was grabbing his nuts while he was doing this? Micro nuts. Oh wow. Oh shit, that's nice. It went really hard. Someone made a mention of Rage Against the Machine, I think on the last track, and I sort of just ignored the comment. But I feel like there are a lot of similarities as to what makes this music go so hard with like comparing it with Rage Against the Machine. As someone who's listened to a lot of Rage, the heavy riffs a lot of the times are the pieces that make the tracks memorable, and they're often simple enough to like follow along with, but executed at an incredible level. And I feel like Muse is doing that a lot of the times with this album. Well, I'd say that's about as far as I could go with the comparison, as they're doing their own thing with it. Now, that song, the falsetto was so insane that it could also double down. It could double as an instrumental track, just simply from the fact that his voice is straining so heavily that it sounds like a lead guitar over the song. Overall, making it seem almost like an interlude to this album. I really like this song. I actually felt like, despite how insane it was pretty rooted in the album, and it didn't go too far off the deep end. I'd say I actually really enjoyed that. Smiley Ball. Really good song. All right. Next we have Wait, what? Where's Screenagers? Is this album backwards? Yeah, it looks like it's... Wait, what? Why is the track order wrong? What the fuck? Screenager is the next song. The Muse Parade. That is really well produced. Holy shit. Cool. Man, these guys are ripping off Tool, man. Cancel Muse. That is nice. Song is really cool. It's completely different from everything else. It's one of the lowest rated songs, but I gotta say, I'm actually loving this. It feels really creative and unique. If you need a little baby on this, you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the store with your phone. Yeah, this song's ripping off the Gravity Falls theme song. Yeah, the soundscape is incredible. It is not easy to make something that sounds this serene. I don't know. It made it sound so easy. That's honestly one of my personal favorites of this. I'm actually shocked that this is considered one of the worst, as I thought this is actually one of the most passionate vocal performances of the entire album. Overall, huge smiley ball for me. I have really no complaints about this one. It's like this whole album is very theatrical, right? It's very grand, and I feel like Screenager is continuing that while also showing its best subtle side. Honestly, really impressed with it. Next we have Darkshines, which let me make sure the order is right. Yeah, Darkshines. Oh, that smells fucking funky, dude. It's like some Santana shit. I actually really like how these the second half sounds nothing like the first. Tasty. Brad, please skip not only Feeling Good, skip all the album. Okay. So this will be the last song then. Are you guys okay with that? That would bring the average score of this album to around a solid 5. Dude, this goes hard as shit. Thumb has a very strong understanding of what it's building with each of these tracks. I feel like recently with Muse's releases, it's been a really awkward combination of sounds that don't feel like they really go together. I haven't felt that way even once on this album. Not even once. In fact, it hasn't even crossed my mind. And how is it a 5? It's more like a 4+ to a 5- actually, but still. Darkshines continues this album feeling like very complete and just solid rock music. This being in a completely different style, continuing the feel of this album. I'm a fan of it. I like it. It's a smiley ball for me. I like how different it is. Yeah, honestly, this second half is like I kind of expected it to fall off. Admittingly, since Feeling Good, when I last heard it, I wasn't a big fan of it. And so, seeing that the scores were lower on these tracks, I was like, all right, this album's going to suck ass in the second half. No, it's just different. Honestly, I'd say underrated. I really appreciate this this last moment here, feeling like very raw and unhinged. Really good. Chatted during Will the People. I want... Origin of Symmetry. I want an apology. Look, okay? The last time I heard this album was literally 4 years ago. I was depressed as shit. Music wasn't sounding the same to me. I was in a completely different headspace, okay? I gotta say, when life's going better and I'm appreciating music and I'm exploring a lot of shit, I come back to this, I'm like, wow, these guys really embody the spirit of rock, and I fucking love it. So, I'm feeling about a 4 out of 10 on this album so far. It's pretty good. All right, next we have Feeling Good, the cover of Nina Simone.
You know how I feel, and I'm feeling good. Oh, it's a new day, it's a new life.
I mean, this entire album he's been playing a character that's unhinged and sinister. I could actually believe a world where this makes sense. Your teacher and me have the same rating system. In my opinion, I do think that it fits the album. Is the original Feeling Good a good song? It's an incredible song. No, there's a Michael Bublé version of Feeling Good. Stop. Okay, guys, I take back any complaint I've ever had about Muse.
You know how I feel. It's a new dawn for me.
Holy shit! You know, maybe Muse's cover is not so bad, you know? I don't know. does everyone hate Muse here? I don't get it. Because their new album sucks dick. Feeling Good actually, in my opinion, matches the aesthetic of the album, and I think that it's actually a pretty interesting rendition of the song. I just don't really like the sound of it. I honestly think that maybe it's because I love the original so much, and I think it's such a powerful track. Even though this is powerful in a different way, and it's recontextualized in an interesting way, I would honestly say I don't really like this. I'd give it a shrug. I think it's my least favorite on the album so far, though I don't hate it. I just don't really think it's something I would want to return to. So personally, it's kind of like it's here, it exists, but just wouldn't return to it. Final track is Megalomania. This is their best song. Why is it so quiet? I'm on a road. Halloween synths. This is Halloween. I'm just telling you guys from personal experience, as soon as you shake off the Radiohead comparison, you'll enjoy the music a lot more. ARTV got a dislike ratio of 60% because he said Will the People is a 5 out of 10 album. But I got less of a ratio, and I said it was like the worst album of the year. I disagree with it being boring and overly dramatic. I used to think that exact thing. I think the only thing boring about that is the looking at this music that way sounds boring, as that is how I used to look at this music, and it was a very boring perspective. Instead, I like imagining myself there live, seeing them performing it, and imagining just this. That this is what they want to make, this is how they express themselves, and this is the vision they want to show. And in that, I think they've made some amazing rock music. Megalomania is a very good track. I'd give it a smiley ball. I think it's a really strong closer, feeling very grand. For an album this theatrical, to sort of end on this note feels very appropriate. Reminded me of the same sort of feeling I was getting with the beginner of this album with kind of a strong closer. So, yeah, overall, pretty happy with it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Origin of Symmetry. I'm going to add the score and tell you guys what I got. What do you guys think I'm going to give this album? What's your predictions? What do you guys think? No, there is not another song. That is technically a bonus track, okay? 7 or 8, 4. Well, I am feeling a 3 out of 10 on this album. The score has gone down by half. It's gone down by no, but actually it's a solid 8. It's a solid 8. It went from a 6 to a solid 8. That is actually incredibly impressive, considering I expected this thing to suck ass. I left it saying, wow, this is actually extremely well put together rock music that feels very grand. And I'd say that this actually encourages me to want to listen to more Muse albums. It's space rock. The issues I have with this feel very minor, and like I can look past them to get to the really solid tracks underneath. I gotta say, this is a very good album. I had a great time with it. I'm sure I wasn't a huge fan of Feeling Good, but I think that it's sort of something you can brush off, as the rest of the project is very well made. So, yeah, good job, Muse. This is very solid. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Thank you for the 1,300 people who came in to see what was up and who stuck around. This video will be up for probably about an hour before it gets copyright claimed and blocked universally, in which case I'm actually going to work on a video. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to cut it up so that I can just put it up for you guys. But, yeah, thank you, everyone, for being here. I'll see you later. Peace out. Wait, is Nightwalk here? Wait, actually? Nightwalk here in the chat? Oh shit, he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Good to see you, man. All right, peace.